We got something cooking out here in San Francisco in the Bay Area. We got a big game against the Green Bay Packers, an old foe. An old foe, who I may fear more than the Philadelphia Eagles. I actually wanted to play Philly. You know what, Chasky? I'm a little upset that we didn't get to end Philadelphia season.
I could care less.
I wanted them to come out to the West Coast, and they're Eagle fans. And talk about fly, Eagles, fly. But you know what? Tampa Bay handled that business for us. So now they get to go home. Jeffrey Lurie's mad. Howie Roseman's mad. Sirianni doesn't know if he has a job. Jalen Hurts, we don't even know if he can read a defense. A.J. Brown is in Atlantic City watching boxing fights.
Is that where he's at?
Yeah, no, he was there Saturday night.
I was going to say.
Let's focus on ourselves and the 49ers. We got a big game against the Green Bay Packers, folks. Saturday night, 5 p.m. As the Cowboys and the Rams and the Eagles are fighting for tickets to Cancun or Tulum or Cabo, wherever the hell they want to go.
Cabo sounds good right now.
It does sound good. It's not January when you have a football team in the city.
I'm with you.
How do we beat the Green Bay Packers? Jordan Love. You guys fear Jordan Love at all?
Well, I obviously the guy had a monster game, so I'm respecting him, and he's been they have been one of the hottest teams in football. It's the Bills and them, and the Niners as well. The Raven loss notwithstanding. So, yeah, I fear him, but if I had just rewound it 1 week ago, going into the Cowboy game, nobody was taking Jordan Love over even Dak Prescott, right?
No, I don't think so.
So, I don't know.
But maybe that's on us. Maybe that's on us for not paying a lot of attention to Green Bay. Because it's not how you start, it's how you finish, right?
Well, yeah, but I mean, if that's the case, I mean, Brock Purdy started well, finished well. Like, what's the argument against him?
Did he finish well?
Yeah, he did.
He finished all right.
He finished literally in number one in almost every quantifiable metric that explains who the best quarterbacks
There's
are.
that big hiccup against Baltimore. I can't unsee it right now. And Baldy. You notice Baldy this morning? You know one thing about Baldy? When he told us, were you on the show? I don't know if you were on the show when he said, we were talking about, maybe Spinoni was co-hosting, but when Baldy said, I need to see it with Brock against the Ravens before I start naming him MVP. I need to sit back and see it. And he had this reservation. I was like, he's been the biggest Brock Purdy fan out there in the media. And all of a sudden, he was like, I need to see it against Baltimore. And then we saw what we saw against Baltimore. Okay. And you hear Baldy this morning when it came to Brock Purdy. There's a little hesitance, right? Now, Jordan Love, his last 9 games.
The best and the worst players all have good and bad games.
I agree. Brock Purdy, I'm glad he's my quarterback. Brock Purdy should have made the All-Pro team over Dak Prescott. He should have at least been second-team All-Pro, Brock Purdy. That's a joke. They need to make All-Pro team.
And of the other quarterbacks left in the NFC, he's the youngest on the cheapest contract.
He is the youngest on the cheapest contract. And I don't
have to pay him for 2 years.
He's the biggest bargain in sports. Hell of a bargain. Maybe the biggest bargain in pro sports history, especially if he wins the Super Bowl. But I'm just looking at Jordan Love in his last 9 games. 68% completion percentage. 2,439 yards passing. 20 touchdown passes. 3 interceptions. All right? He's playing some good football right now. And one thing that concerns me, BPA called us and told us, the defense does concern me a little bit. The pass rush has to get home. They have to stop the run. If Green Bay starts getting Aaron Jones cooking, and Baldy brought this up when they came to Levi's Stadium a couple regular seasons ago and ran the ball down our throats, then we're going to have a long day. We're going to have a long day. But I'm just, I think it's okay to be reserved and say, hey, Brock, we have to prove it. There's a lot of people out there who still think Brock Purdy needs to prove it.
Sure. I mean, you have to prove it every year, right? It's a show me what you've done recently type of scenario. But I just think we look at body of work for this year. You're asking me who I'm taking in this game. I'm going to take the guy who had a couple of weeks off, who had a historic 49er season, has been a great player for this team ever since he's been named starter, has won multiple playoff games, and I've seen him go on the road and win big games for this team. So I think he's earned the benefit of the doubt for me, and I'm going to go with Brock Purdy. Right. And look, Jordan Love could easily outplay him on Sunday, but I'm still taking Brock Purdy as of right now.
I'm still taking the 49ers, obviously. Taking the 49ers. But, Brock Purdy should have made All-Pro team. Second team All-Pro. I feel really good about Brock. But, boy, there's going to be a lot of pressure in this football game. We're talking about the 49ers quarterback. And we've been searching for a Lombardi since 1994. So that pressure, if you don't win a playoff game or if we get bounced before the Super Bowl, all of a sudden we go back to ground zero and we're talking about, is he still the guy again?
That will always be a question.
Always.
Absolutely. There's no denying it. And I mean, that's all the great players. I mean,
I just don't want to sit
that question about Steph Curry.
I don't want to sit here and act like Brock Purdy's a made man. He's not a made man yet. Not yet. And that's okay to say. I'm not disrespecting him.
We keep bringing up the Ravens game, which I get it. It was a huge game. I mean, Green Bay lost to the New York Giants.
Early in the season, they did.
Week 14.
They did.
You know what I mean? Like, they lost to Baker Mayfield. You know, like, I'm just looking at the last couple of games. Okay, New York, the Bucks, they beat Carolina. They beat Minnesota on their fourth quarterback. And they beat Chicago 17-9. No, the Cowboy game was amazing. No one is going to dismiss that. That was a revelation. You're watching a guy coming of age. It was unbelievable. But again, like, just rewind 1 week, everyone's taking Brock.
No doubt. No doubt. But to say Brock is a made man.
He's not. The only made man in the NFL right now, the only made man is Patrick Mahomes. The closest,
Josh Allen?
I was going to say, the closest, Lamar Allen, Allen, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. Right, left in the playoffs right now. Who else? I don't even think Stroud's a made man yet.
No, not even close.
You know?
Boy, he looks good.
He looks great.
Now,
but he had some clunkers. I had him as my quarterback this year.
I'm not going to do it because there's going to be a lot of capping if I do it. Who'd you rather have moving forward, CJ Stroud or Brock Purdy? I'm not going to do that. I'm not doing that. I'm happy with Brock Purdy. Y'all be lying if you said you'd rather have Brock Purdy than CJ Stroud. I'm not here for the lies this morning because the Warriors lost yesterday. And that, right now, that's sticking with me. A little
Can't I just enjoy
that.
Brock Purdy?
Yeah, I know, but that's why I'm not going to throw the question out there.
Even though you kind of did.
Yeah, I know. It's like
no, because I wanted to hear some people lie.
I don't understand.
I wanted to hear people snitch on themselves and say that
so
they'll
you
take
did throw
Brock.
the question out there.
Kind of. Let's go to Uncle Gene in Oakland. Because you guys are lying.
Would you
Guys be
rather have
lying,
Mike-
man. It's okay to say you rather have
Would you
Stroud
rather
than
have
Brock Purdy.
Colton McKivitz or Tristan Wirfs right now?
Oh, Tristan Wirfs. No
of
doubt.
course. But like, why?
Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. There's a lot of people
They
be
play
lying about
Jordan
the
Love right
quarterbacks. We love Brock Purdy. We love our own. But come on, man. There's like 4 quarterbacks you'd rather have over Brock Purdy.
If Jordan
right
Love
now.
had the start to the season where they were 3-6 that Jordan Love had, I don't know if he'd be quarterback of the team come week 11, 12, 13. So like, you got to give Purdy some benefit of the doubt here for maximizing the situation
Brock Purdy
that
should
they
have
have
been
in
second
place.
team All Pro. Brock Purdy, again, we could revisit week 4 when I said he's playing better football than Patrick Mahomes. He reminds me of a young Tom Brady. I've been all over Brock Purdy. Don't you guys are coming at me about not respecting Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy's fine. But to me, he's got to still prove it. We can't just say Kaepernick had to prove it. Alex Smith had to prove it. Jimmy Garoppolo had to prove it. Brock Purdy's in the same boat right now. He has to prove it. I still like Brock Purdy because of the weapons he has around him. But I'm not going to sit here and cap for y'all and say, oh, yeah, I'm just going to take Brock Purdy over C.J. Stroud. Yeah, I'd rather have Brock Purdy over Josh Allen. Because some of y'all did that this year, and that's a joke.